Good evening, Your Honour. If it pleases the Court, my name is Kathleen Adams, and I am a Junior Associate for Bligh, Ratcliffe and Hunt Solicitors, and I appear before the Court for the defendant, Mr. Michael Knightley. My client, Mr. Knightley, has instructed me to enter a plea of guilty for the offences of possession of a dangerous drug and implement, evading a taxi fare, and resisting arrest. My client, Mr. Knightley, is requesting that the Court fine him accordingly and place him on a 2-year probationary period for the offences he has committed in lieu of serving jail time, as well as having no conviction recorded. Given that my client, Mr. Knightley, was heavily intoxicated at the time he committed these offences, it is reasonable to say that he was unable to make fair and sound judgments regarding his involvement in these offences. Mr. Knightley was attending a work breakup party at a local hotel where he ingested a large amount of alcohol in a short period of time, becoming extremely intoxicated. After an altercation with an individual at the establishment, Mr. Knightley was asked to leave by hotel staff, which he complied with. During the evening, at an unknown point in time, Mr. Knightley was gifted cannabis and a pipe by another individual. Mr. Knightley proceeded to make his way home via a taxi, which resulted in an argument between Mr. Knightley and the taxi driver over an unknown issue. The police were called when Mr. Knightley refused to pay the taxi fare, which led to Mr. Knightley arguing with police upon their arrival at the scene. Mr. Knightley, after resisting arrest, was finally subdued and upon searching his person was charged with possession of a dangerous drug and implement for the cannabis and pipe, evading a taxi fare, and resisting arrest. Mr. Knightley acknowledges that his actions and conduct were not appropriate and takes full responsibility for the harm he has caused. We are requesting for payment of fines instead of jail time, as my client, Mr. Knightley, is a self-employed electrician in the community and requires the work to be able to afford his household and work expenses. We are also requesting that no conviction be recorded against Mr. Knightley, as a conviction would cause severe detriment and harm to his business, income, and reputation within the community. My client, Mr. Knightley, was born and has lived in the community of Blyton his entire life, along with his parents. He attended school in Blyton and has represented his local high school in soccer at a state level during his youth. Mr. Knightley is an upstanding citizen in the community as he runs his own business as an electrician and coaches the local under-15 soccer team when he is not at work. A conviction and jail time against my client would damage his reputation in the community and would result in a loss of business and income, while also forcing him to cease his involvement in the coaching of the local under-15 soccer team. Mr. Knightley rarely engages in the consumption of alcohol and seldom partakes in using cannabis. While Mr. Knightley has had minor previous run-ins with law enforcement, he has continued to be a pillar of the community through his profession and his volunteer work coaching the local under-15 soccer team. We are requesting that the court place Mr. Knightley on a 2-year probationary period and find fines to the value of $1,000 for the possession of a dangerous drug and implement, $350 for the offence of evading a taxi fare, and $500 for resisting arrest. On behalf of my client, Mr. Knightley, I would like to thank the court for their time.